Hello everyone, my name is Viviana Cuestas. This is the step 5 final exam for testing and evaluation in IT. Select case. A group of Aboriginal students who belong to a shelter in the Department of Baupés. Students receive 2 hours of English every day. The group is 16 students, aged 11 to 16 years old. Skills to be evaluated: grammar and vocabulary. The best way to test vocabulary is to ensure students can identify the meaning of the words, and it is ideal to use these words in their sentences. Taking advantage of the context of the population is a good idea to use the culture to teach the vocabulary. Ways to evaluate grammar and vocabulary: select response, multiple choice tags, discrimination tags, and matching sentences. For example, in select response, these tests can be taken in a virtual environment. For example, test takers to select the correct answer, which is measured to the knowledge of grammatical form or grammatical meaning. In multiple choice tags, this is the most commonly selected response tags, which presents a blank or underlined word or words in the sentence. Discrimination tags: the input for this tag can be language or no language, for example, pictures or charts. And matching sentences: this can also help teachers know how well learners are acquiring the language. Methods and approaches to assessment. For vocabulary, according to the age of the Aborigines or children of this community and their level of English, the best method for improving the vocabulary should be the total physical response, since it is a model similar to that used for the teaching of the mother tongue. For easy assimilation, of the lexicon in a foreign language, is necessary to implement an integral education in which all aspects that influence the development of a student and the expressive, psychomotor, social, and intellectual level are addressed in such a way that their learning complements each other. For grammar, the best method is silent way, because this is a method that doesn't make use of the repeating pattern, and on the contrary, it makes use of their own criteria. Students learn to develop observation and discovering skills. They learn how to be independent, autonomous, and responsible. They learn how to use self-expression and independence of the teacher. Evaluation of English for special purposes. The evaluative purpose for this group is very different, since they, in addition to Spanish, have a native language. Therefore, English would be a third language that they will acquire. Their needs are identified, which in the case of a study are grammar and vocabulary. Therefore, the activities are focused on those two fields with which they will acquire the foreign language. And finally, assessment of young students and evaluation through technologies. I recommended these pages: British Council by teenagers, and word reference is a dictionary. Okay, I go to explain about these technologies. Resources. Okay. In the page of British Council, the student can find vocabulary and grammar. For example, vocabulary for beginner student. In this place, the student can find vocabulary about room, accessories, action, air travel, animals, appearance, bedroom, bathroom, around town, and more. And the grammar for beginners, the student can find adverbs of frequency, conjunctions, past simples, and more activities that can help the student improve their skills in the foreign language. The other one is the word reference. A word reference is a good dictionary because the student can find the meaning and the meaning and for example, the student can find the word learn. The student can find the meaning and the pronunciation, the phonetic pronunciation too. For example, the student can find in this page the meaning and the definition. Okay, the definition. The meaning, for example, learn is aprender o memorizar. When the student can find the definition, the student can find examples and the definition. The definition, for example, for learn is to acquire knowledge of or skills by study, instruction, or experience, or for example, to memorize, or more definitions. In this dictionary, the student can find examples. For example, to learn a new language, examples with W questions. Where did you learn to throw a ball like that? To learn the truth. I learned that he was a sailor only last week. When did you learn about his past? Okay, that is all. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.